innovation. You can focus in marketing and corporate strategy, accounting, finance, international business and comparative management, and new business and innovation. Okay, so people that graduate from APM usually go on to work at banks or investment firms, or maybe you'll be an accountant at a Japanese corporation, something like that. So people from APM usually grow up and be rich. Yeah. That's not necessarily true. So, as I mentioned before, there was the cap in the middle. It's a combination of APS and APM. Okay? So it's kind of like a second major. Not everyone does CAP. You don't have to do CAP. But if you decide to do CAP, you have to choose from one of these 5 areas: tourism, hospitality, health, environment, life science, international strategic studies, information and communication technologies, or language and cultural studies. Okay, so these are optional. Okay, and not everyone can get in. There's limited space for these programs. And we also have what we call fast-track programs. So for your undergraduate degree, maybe you don't want to go to school for 4 years. Okay, so at APU you have the option to graduate in 3 or 3.5 years. So you can graduate early and go start a job earlier or go to graduate school earlier. And then we also have the combined degree program. So let's say right now you've already decided you want to study business and you want to go get your MBA also. Right? So with the the combined degree program, you can apply to, for example, APU's MBA program before coming to APU. And so if you are accepted to the combined degree program, you can start taking MBA classes earlier, and you can finish the program faster, and you also get to keep your scholarship. So when you go from undergraduate to graduate, you can keep the same scholarship amount. Okay. So as I mentioned earlier, at APU we have very excellent career support services. Right? And so for the past 5 years, over 95% of the international students have found a job using the career office at APU. And so you might ask, well, why is it so high? Right? Well, one of the reasons is that Japanese companies love APU students. Okay? For one, because they're multilingual. Okay, so you already speak English, and you speak Mandarin, and you probably speak Taiwanese, right? And so, and after coming to APU, you're going to speak Japanese, right? So for a Japanese corporation, that's very valuable, okay? And also, not only are you multilingual, you're going to be multicultural. So after going to Japan for 4 years, you'll understand a lot about Japanese culture and language. And just from being at APU, every day your classmate is probably going to be from some country you might have never even heard of. Remember I said there are 97 countries. And sometimes people tell me where they're from, and I'm like, where is that? And so it's really amazing how you can meet someone, from some part of the world you've never even thought about. Really. So anyway, all those friendships and those meetings you have with all the people on campus really help you to think about things from a different perspective, or issues and solutions that you may have never considered before. Alright, so that's one reason Japanese companies like APU students. And also, we have internships. You all know what internships are? Yeah. So internship is basically, even though you're a student, you go and work at the company for a short time. It's kind of like practice at the company. Okay? So through APU will help you find these internships at Japanese companies, and even they can help you find some outside of Japan also. So you can take these internships and you can get credit, school credit, and most importantly, it gives you real experience of working on the job. Okay? There's nothing better than that experience. And so finally, at APU, we have over 300 companies coming to campus to meet you, to meet the APU students, and to interview them, and to introduce their company, and to recruit you. Okay? Yeah, so it's really easy for you to do job searching, job hunting, just on campus. You don't have to travel around to try to find a company, right? Because they're going to come to you. All right, so these are just some of the companies, some of the more famous companies that have hired APU students before. Maybe you recognize some of them. Right? And you can always find more information on our website. It's free. Okay, so APU also offers students a chance to study abroad, which is kind of funny because you're already studying abroad by going to Japan, but you can study abroad again. Okay, so we have agreements with over 90 different institutions for exchange agreements in 30 countries in all 6 major continents. So you can go to Africa, Europe, South America, North America, around Asia, Australia. Okay? And you can also study, like I said earlier, you'll have to study Japanese. Okay? But you can also study Korean, Malay, Spanish, Thai, and Vietnamese. Okay? Obviously, you probably don't want to study Chinese. Okay? I don't think we don't offer Cantonese, so. Right. And also, you know, APU is a new campus, so all the facilities are brand new. You know, we have wireless internet. We have a big library. The library is connected to other libraries, so it's very easy to find information. And yeah, everything is really new. And for your first year at APU, international students are required to live on campus. And on campus we have what we call AP House. Okay, it's located next to campus. This is a very short walk to campus. And at AP House, you can either have a roommate or you can live by yourself. Either way, it gives you a great opportunity to meet other international students that are also living in AP House, and also maybe practice your Japanese with the Japanese students that are living in AP House. Anyway, you know, it's fully equipped. It's got all the furniture, refrigerator. It's got kitchens. It's got places for the students to meet and hang out. Okay, so it's located on campus, and you only have to live here for your first year. And from your second year on, APU helps you find housing out off campus. So you usually live in an apartment or in a dormitory off campus. So, as you may know, APU is in Japan, but do you know where in Japan APU is? No? Okay, so it's located in a city called Beppu. If you look on the map, you can see it's that red dot. So it's kind of in the southern part of Japan. Alright, so in Beppu they have lots of hot springs. Do you know what hot springs are? Onsen. In Japanese we call it onsen. Okay, so Beppu is very famous for